Hey everybody, Sam Kavaris in the Nimnicht Chevrolet Sports Update. It's Players Week, it's NFL Draft Week, an awful lot going on. NBA playoffs, of course, in the second round. But much of the focus on the players this week has been on the greens and the condition of the golf course. And Tim Fincham, in his State of the Players address on Tuesday, even talked about the potential possibility, which is not potential or possibility, but a combination of both, that the tournament could be moved to a different date. What they're going to do is continue to work with, and they've struggled with these greens since 2007 when they moved to May, about getting them right and getting them at a level of perfect that they all agree on. And we are talking about levels of perfect here. I mean, the greens are better than anything you and I generally would ever play on. And so, but the players want this to be their showcase event, and certainly the PGA Tour does. So in terms of getting it right, one thing that they're going to do next year, after next year's tournament, is tear up the greens and redo them. And when they do that, they're going to put, if you follow this sort of thing, Tift Eagle on it, which is a new strain of grass that they are using on the Valley course. Several other courses here in North Florida use that grass on their greens, and it is very hardy, and it does the things that they want this time of year. Combination of a aggressive chemical application, bad use of the sub-air, bad weather for an extended period of time, all have led to the greens being what the Tour, I guess, calls less than perfect. Nonetheless, they're open on Wednesday to all the players to see how they'll play those. And, look, everybody's got to play the same golf course. And in addition to that, this golf course is going to identify the guy who's playing the best this week through his bag. Driver, 3-wood, 3-iron, 7-iron, chipping, putting, all of that. And the opportunity to make some putts is going to be there for every player who is in control of the golf ball as they go through. Remember, 3 years in a row, 13 under has been a winning score. 13 under for 3 years in a row. Phil Mickelson said that he expects it to be lower than that because he feels like the golf course is a little bit softer than it has been. So far, great week at the Players, expecting nothing but the same for the rest of the week, particularly with all the great things that are going on out there for fans, as well as the weather that's predicted for the rest of this week in North Florida. It is the NFL Draft this week, with the first round coming up on Thursday. And this is, no surprise to anybody. I still think it's Jadeveon Clowney if he's there, or move back for the Jaguars. It was interesting that Jay Glazer, who is kind of an NFL insider, did say today that the Browns will not take Johnny Manziel with the 4th selection. So a lot of people expected that to be kind of a done deal because they need a quarterback, but apparently he's not in their plans. So it's very obvious at this point that the Texans want to move out of that number 1 spot because they know that Clowney's the best player in the draft, and they are eligible to negotiate with somebody right now. But since they're not, what they're doing is waiting until they're actually on the clock at 8 o'clock on Thursday night to see what sort of offers they get to move up to get that. The Jaguars could be, not likely, but could be a player in that. 2 things against them. Moving up means giving up draft picks, which they don't want to do. They want between 12 and 14 in this draft, and in addition to that, they would be dealing with somebody in the division, which is very difficult. Nonetheless, Clowney's their guy. If they can't find him, I do think they're going to try to trade out of that spot, but they won't trade out of the top 10 because Dave Caldwell thinks that there are very good players, instant starters and potential stars in that spot somewhere inside the top 10. We'll be at both Players and the NFL Draft all week long, as the Jaguars still have 11 picks currently Thursday through Saturday. I'm Sam Kavaris, and that's the Nimnicht Chevrolet Sports Update.